It's that time, America. What goes up must wipe out.
Let my big balls go.
And wipe out they will, as 24 competitors fall headlong into a battle for $50,000 on the world's largest and most extraordinary obstacle course. We'll see magnificent falls, sensational tumbles, and astonishing spills. Only our mightiest four will advance to the most challenging obstacle course of all, the Wipeout Zone. The epic competition begins now. One will become a champion, but all will wipe out.
What was I thinking?
Hello, America, and welcome to Wipeout. I'm John Anderson, and with me here on the Magic Lookie Box is John Henson. And today, 24 men and women will compete on the world's biggest obstacle course for a chance at $50,000.
It is finally here, people. This week, we unveil my masterpiece of architecture and engineering. You know, John, the big bosses let me build one of the obstacles, and this week, we see it in action.
Should I be pleased or frightened?
I'm telling you, I don't mean to pat myself on the back here, but this obstacle might just be the best thing that ever happened to broadcast television.
Well, your obstacle will actually kick off this week's Wipeout qualifier, Johnny. What's it called?
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
The trampoline. I made it, and I named it.
Brilliant. And then we move on to an old favorite. It's the sucker punch.
Come on, baby, make it hurt so good.
The ever-popular big balls, and they've got a motivator with them.
It's their world. We're just falling off it.
The shake-a-lator's next.
Shake, rattle, and roll, literally.
And then we move on to our final element, the shapeshifter.
Trampoline, trampoline, trampoline.
All right, I know you're excited to see it, so let's just get started. The third member of our Wipeout team is Jill Wagner, and she's with our first contestant.
All right, guys, I've got Nicholas Dio the fourth down here with me. So, Nicholas, you're the fourth. So you're like fourth generation.
No, I have 3 brothers with the same name.
So you have 3 brothers named all Nicholas Dio.
Oh, no, we have nicknames, so.
Oh, what's your nickname?
Nico?
And what's your brother's?
Nico?
Blah, 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 whatevs. Okay, John, here it is. My amazing contraption, the trampoline. Wait for it.
What am I waiting for again?
Yeah, I can explain it. Oh, I got him! See? It works! This thing is amazing, I tell you!
He fell off the topple towers. You didn't design those, John.
Why gotta be a hater? Now Dio the fourth onto the sucker punch. Can you imagine meeting Nicholas's family? Hi, I'm Nicholas. This is my brother Nicholas, my other brother Nicholas, and this is my other brother Nicholas.
Oh!
I got beat! Yeah, well, in a family of 4 brothers, you gotta be used to that.
And he's about to meet 4 more bruisers, the big balls.
Big ball fury! Oh, Nicholas really bounced back, but not in a good way.
The fourth, coming to our fourth obstacle, the shake-a-lator.
Hang in there, Nick. Your brothers are with you in spirit.
They're gonna play for the platform now.
Well, the fourth will need all of his fortitude to get through our last obstacle, the shapeshifter.
Nicholas needs to jump off this diving board, propel himself through one of these shapes, and land on the final platform. If he wipes out, it's a cold swim to this alternate finish spot.
4.
Oh! Yeah.
Wow. That looked like it hurt.
Well, 4 must be Nicholas's lucky number, as he finishes with an impressive time, 4:08.
Okay, back to the top of the course where we find Jennifer Grindy, who's about to face her nightmares on my trampoline. Jill, tell us more about this fearless competitor.
Is that a B?
That is a B.
Wow. If she's that scared of a bee, how is she gonna handle the living horror that is my trampoline?
I beg to differ, John. Looks more like being tickled until you cry. Or scream.
Well, you know, originally there were gonna be piranhas in the water below, but we ran into a snag at customs.
Thank goodness for the American-made topple towers, then. Jennifer, now working the sucker punch.
She's hanging in there so far. Well, most of her.
Oh!
Great. Now Jennifer's gonna be scared of bees, and boxing gloves, and mud, and paint, and sensor bars.
But probably not the trampoline.
You know, I've never seen the side of you, Anderson, and frankly, it's unbecoming.
Still, even the most courageous competitors quake in fear when it comes to facing the big balls.
Well, fear's a great motivator, John. But you know what's an even better motivator? The motivator. Oh, no, baby, here it comes. Bingo!
Oh! Wow, John, the motivator.
an engineering marvel.
Yeah, well, that's what I had in mind for the trampoline, but tragically there was a fire on the set. Police call it arson, but they got no proof that I know of.
John, I'm trying to be supportive here, but, you know, it's a little bit of a trampoline.
Are you challenging me to a montage? Cue the silly music.
I'm just not seeing it, Johnny. I mean, these people look like they're having the time of their lives.
All right, look, I made some mistakes, okay? I've never been in charge of a budget before. You know those pyramid schemes? Nothing to do with the pyramids.
Now, fortunately, the sucker punch is world championship quality.
Oh! Ooh, wow, the sucker punch will really ring your bell.
Speaking of ringing your bell, here comes delivery man Vincent Rapalea. Oh, perfect timing.
Well, he's used to being on time. Those packages have to be there by 9 a.m. sharp. What company does he deliver for, John?
Well, I can't say it, but I give his performance big ups.
Well, he's made it to the third ball. He is determined to deliver.
Really impressive run so far.
Oh, our delivery man has a packing slip. What a shame. You know, he's usually more reliable. I'm going to mention this in the customer survey.
Vincent, our delivery man, now onto the shake-a-lator.
An obstacle that does not exactly handle with care. The shake-a-lator is really jostling his package, by which I mean...
I think we got it.
And speaking of package...
Easy there, Johnny. Well, Vincent is up, and he's ready to express mail himself to the platform.
Oh, not enough posted. Hey, John, you think I could pull off those little brown shorts?
No.
Oh, boy.
Back at the sucker punch, we have 46-year-old airline pilot Mark Halliday.
Oh! Yeah, Jill spoke with him back when he was still able to talk.
So $50,000 could not buy you an airplane, but what could it buy?
Monkey.
Wait a minute, what are you gonna do with the $50,000?
A monkey. You could put clothes on. You could walk it. It's like a little kid that never grows up.
It's my worst nightmare, John. I'm afraid of flying, and I'm afraid of monkeys. That's why I was so terrified of that movie Chimps on a Plane.
Oh, boy. Feet don't fail me now.
Failure's a distinct possibility here. Our big balls in the way of Mark and his monkey.
Okay, flying monkey, you are cleared for takeoff and immediate water landing.
Johnny, a lot of people have spent some time in the air courtesy of the big balls today.
And as is the case with test flights, there have been a few emergency ejections. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye. Take care now. Bye-bye. Take care.
All right, let's go back to the top of the course.
Yeah, baby, Wipeout! Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Let's go! Do this!
Well, this guy's excited about something.
Well, it's 25-year-old David Harris. Man's got a bright future, as Jill found out.
All right, so David, what do you do?
I'm an aspiring accountant.
Dare to dream, David. Dare to dream.
So you're just waiting to catch the right break, right?
Exactly. So the $50,000 could really help. It could really help.
Go get him. Back to you, Johns.
If his dream is to become an accountant, how bad do you think his reality is?
Looks pretty bad at the moment, huh? But I'm a touch confused. How hard is it to become an accountant?
It's easier than staying on the shake-a-later. You know, John, accounting is a tough industry to crack. Just ask my Uncle Murray. Everybody wants to be an accountant for one reason and one reason only.
I love you, Jill.
I love you too.
Accountants are chick magnets.
Okay.
Well, no accounting for that.
First of all, how much do you love me, David?
Love you this much.
What's wrong?
You're done.
Like I said, chick magnets. Accountants, Johnny. The glamour, the intrigue.
Really?
Oh, you know nothing of the ways of the world, Anderson. Clearly, you have never heard of the accounting couch.
No, I haven't. Welcome back to Wipeout, where apparently we will let anybody create an obstacle. Who's your contractor, Johnny?
Ballsy. We made it out of stuff I found in my garage. I don't think it came out that bad, actually.
Open to interpretation. Now, let's meet our next contestant, shall we?
This is 40-year-old Chandra Pugh.
Wipeout!
I had a funny feeling she was going to say that.
Chandra did too, and she told Jill why.
Okay, Chandra, I heard that you have a special skill.
Slightly psychic.
You're slightly psychic.
That's right.
So tell me what I'm thinking.
You're thinking about a sandwich.
No, I was thinking that you were gonna win Wipeout.
Well, that's why slightly psychic. I know I'm gonna win Wipeout.
Okay, whoa. What am I thinking now?
You're thinking I'm gonna win Wipeout.
I was thinking about a sandwich.
This interview has been brought to you by the Slightly Psychic Wipeout Friends Network. or to swiffen.
What's that cost a minute? Look, John, she's on your trampo snooze.
Oh, sure, go ahead and laugh, but clearly her slightly psychic abilities have generated the superhuman strength necessary to survive an obstacle that would confound mere mortals.
Yeah, it's still terrible.
Whatever.
Now Chandra's on her way to read the palms of the sucker punch.
Oh!
Being slightly psychic, she should have seen that coming.
Chandra's on the big balls now.
Here comes the motivator.
And she's just psychic enough to avoid it.
I demand a replay on that one because I think the motivator touched her slightly. And there goes her shoe. And now our slightly psychic is slightly shoeless.
My shoe off. All right.
So slightly psychic, slightly shoeless Chandra takes on the Shake-a-lator.
You know, John, I consider myself slightly psychic. I predict I will not be having a romantic dinner with Megan Fox tonight.
And we're on the same wavelength. Oh, mercifully, she's gotten up and now ready to make that leap to the platform.
Oh! You know, there are some things in this world that we will never understand, John. But gravity's pretty simple.
And Chandra's on to our final obstacle, the shapeshifter.
Oh! Wow! I did not see that in my crystal big balls.
Now, Chandra finishing up with a time of 6:02.
Slightly impressive.
Slightly. Now coming up on the sucker punch is Rick Raditz, who's made millions as an internet entrepreneur.
You're a millionaire?
Yes, I am.
Really? How many millions do you have?
A few.
Really? So you're like a multi-millionaire.
Multi-millionaire.
Rick, I hope you win. Yes, I do.
Impartial as always. Oh,
Oh, he's gonna have to launder that dirty money now.
all right. Maybe Rick has enough cash to buy off the big balls.
Oh, the big balls turning our millionaire belly up. Literally.
Now racing up to the Shake-a-lator, grease lightning speed is auto mechanic Daryl McLeod.
You know, I've been looking for a good mechanic. There's something wrong with my Chevelle. It's been handling like the Shake-a-lator.
Interesting. Daryl said he'd use his winnings to rebuild his 1970 Chevy Chevelle.
He's got a Chevelle, too? We should hang out. I mean, I don't know anything about cars, but we could talk about feelings about cars. Hey! Well done. I never doubted him. 2 words. Chevelle.
Oh, I think we should see that again in super slow-mo.
Hope he's still under warranty.
Johnny, this whole obstacle is responsible for a wide-ranging factory recall. Oh. Whoa, I have got to see that one again. Her shape got shifted.
Yeah, into a pretzel.
Well, from one shape-twisting obstacle to another, here comes our next contestant up to the Shake-a-lator.
That is one funky hoe.
Language. No, wait, John, she's right. What?
My name is Jessica. I was born a funky, and I married a hoe, and so now I'm a funky hoe.
I'll say. The only way that could be cooler is if she married her previous boyfriend, Michael Medina.
Wow, she is really working that Shake-a-lator.
Anything to keep that funky hoe off the street.
Yeah, we get it.
You know, it says here her father-in-law's in the Army. He's a major hoe. Her sister's in the Vice Squad. She's an undercover hoe.
Go ahead, get them all out.
Shake that booty, funky hoe. Oh, down.
What was I thinking?
Maybe she's thinking, I should have married Bill Town.
Yeah. Now winding his way through our course is Boston's own Scott Torgan. Jill talked to him about a unique talent of his.
Now, I heard that you do a little bit of impressions.
Sometimes.
Well, I think, I don't know, now may be a good time for those impressions. What do you think?
You can't handle the truth. That one sucked. Ha! I meant to do that.
Jill, are you afraid? If you're afraid, just nod your head.
Our unimpressionist making the leap onto the Shake-a-lator.
You know, I do some impressions. You want to hear one?
Sure.
Here's me when I'm angry. No, you shut up.
That's spot on, Johnny.
Thanks, I've been working on it.
Oh, that was a wicked hat hit.
Don't worry about it. Bostonians are tough. They just suck at impressions.
Let's see if our unimpressionist can do an impression of someone with a chance of winning. Oh, let's see that again.
Oh, good, because I've been practicing my John Anderson impression. Blah, 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 sports term. I'm John Anderson, and I wear a suit and glasses.
So I guess my work is done here. Back at the start of the course is our youngest competitor of the day, 18-year-old professional tennis player Paige Roddy.
A pro athlete, really? Well, clearly it's a professional athletic prowess that enables her to withstand.
John, let it go.
I can't live with the shame, John. It's the worst obstacle ever.
So she's past the trampoline, 15 love, Paige leads.
On to the sucker punch now. Wow, a huge forehand takes Paige for a ride, 15 all.
See, that's good coaching.
That's an overhead smash.
Way to go, 110%.
Now on to the shakelator, where our tennis pro looks to even the score.
Paige having trouble finding her footing. You know, this isn't one of her traditional surfaces like the clay or the grass or hard court.
After a shot like that, she'll be seeing doubles.
Don't go in the water.
Our tennis pro looks a little nervous. It is game point here for the qualifier.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Impossible.
No, it's not impossible. You just have to...
Oh, talk about a grand slam.
Oh, yeah.
Well, our tennis pro may have lost the game, but it's not set and match yet. She is moving on. Along with Nicholas Dio IV, delivery man Vincent Rapalea, flying monkey Mark Halliday, and aspiring accountant David Harris.
Also moving on are millionaire Rick Raditz, auto mechanic Daryl McLeod, and unimpressionist Scott Torgenst.
Welcome back to Wipeout, and thanks for having a TV.
Our opening field of 24 contestants has been cut in half to 12. Take a look at the leaderboard. We have delivery man Vincent Rapalea, flying monkey Mark Halliday, and aspiring accountant David Harris.
Joining them are millionaire Rick Raditz, Scott the unimpressionist Torgen, and young tennis pro Paige Roddy.
Up next, it's an obstacle so nice, they named it twice. It is too good to be forgotten, and twice as good as its closest competitor.
Too true, too true.
Let's say it together on 3. Are you ready?
1, 2,
the double cross.
Our 12 contestants stand on a 10-foot-high platform as 4 planks move in a circular motion. Contestants must jump onto one of the green planks to begin, then use the one red plank to get to the unstable table on the opposite side.
But look out, because in their way are 4 sweeper arms swinging around in the opposite direction.
Contestants will do their best to avoid the bars in their efforts to get across, and on the off chance they wipe out, it's back to the beginning to start all over again. The first 6 contestants who make it to the finish spot move on to the next round.
The other 6 will wish they'd never been born. Sorry, got a little carried away. All right, break out your rain gear because the contestants are in position.
And about to fall. Let's get down to the action.
Let's go, baby.
Well, the contestants sure sound ready.
Big red balls to the wall.
Another amazing impression, John. They never stopped.
Who was that?
No idea, but it was dead on, wasn't it?
And that horn means that the double cross is underway. Wow, right out of the gate, everybody getting battered about.
Looks like my favorite auto mechanic, Daryl, needs to revise his estimate.
Scott the unimpressionist has made it to the middle, and there's that nasty spray of water.
Oh, this sucks hard.
Scott up and now down the red plank, head first dive. Oh!
Check it out, John. Scott gives us his Christopher Cross impression.
What?
He's sailing away.
Paige, the tennis pro, gets sent down the line by a sweeper arm.
I think she just regained amateur status.
Oh! Mark, the flying monkey is holding on. Oh. And he gives us a wipeout that's more fun than a barrel of monkeys.
You guys scoot over a little bit so I can win.
Delivery man making sure he sticks to the schedule, and the tennis pro has made it to the center.
And neither rain, sleet, nor angry garden hose can keep our delivery man from making it as well.
What's our tennis pro doing?
Apparently calling a rain delivery.
We did explain the rules, right?
On the green, off the red.
Paige, though, clearly confused.
Too bad we don't have arrows on the planks or something to show contestants which direction they should be running. Oh, double cross, double wipeout, and the tennis pro is in the water.
Our delivery man Vincent headed for the finish. Yes, one shoe lost, one spot claimed, and there are still 5 spots left that need to be filled.
Getting tired.
Oh, now the water has a pair of shoes ready for the taking.
It's like impossible.
And these contestants look impossibly tired.
Yeah, I'm tired, and I'm just watching.
The unimpressionist is off again, but wasn't he just napping?
It's hard to tell. Everybody's wearing orange.
Now the unimpressionist with a slow approach to the finish.
That was Scott's impression of the futility of existence.
So 5 spots still still remain available, and David, our aspiring accountant, has made it to the middle.
Oh, my butt.
Apparently, David's also an aspiring plumber, but that doesn't scare off our tennis pro as she makes it to the middle.
David is up, and he is off for that finish platform.
Staying balanced just like his checkbook, and yes, you are now free to account for your chickens. They have hatched. My Uncle Murray would be so proud.
And that leaves 4 spots open. Our unimpressionist wants one of them, and he makes his way to the center to join the tennis pro. Auto mechanic Daryl also makes it to the middle, and Rick, our millionaire, is there as well.
Making the middle of our obstacle that much richer, and yet no better at doing impressions.
Our millionaire is over the bar and off across the red plank.
He uses his get-out-of-jail-free card, passes go, collects $200, and yes, our millionaire has the monopoly on the 3rd spot. That leaves 3 spots open, 3 contestants still in the middle.
Unimpressionist is up and doing his best. Edwin Moses.
From the Bible?
No, track and field team. Scott throwing himself on the platform and
That is so not fair.
That unstable table tips every 9 seconds. The unimpressionist just has impeccably bad timing.
So still 3 spots open, and the tennis pro is in a hurry. Oh!
Good job, Paige.
That's a good job. That wasn't a good job.
Yeah, suppose he's right there. Auto mechanic finally leaving the middle.
And yes!
It is a man's world. 4 spots claimed, not a lady among them so far. Will the women be able to step up here late? Our impressionist has enough energy to make it to the center yet again.
Hey, I get it. He's doing an impression of his earlier attempt.
Except this time he does something completely original and claims the 5th spot. That leaves us with only 1 spot remaining, and it's still an all-boys club.
The remaining contestants look like they've lost a lot of steam, taking a tentative approach to the double cross, which is not a good idea.
With complete disregard for the danger, though, our tennis pro Paige back to the middle, straight down the red plank. What a show of athleticism. She hustles past that tipping table to claim the final spot.
We have a girl.
And with that, we have our final 6. They are delivery man Vincent Rapalea, aspiring accountant David Harris, millionaire Rick Raditz, Daryl McLeod, our auto mechanic, Scott the unimpressionist Torgan, and tennis pro Paige Roddy.
We are back on Wipeout.
Well, the double cross nicked 6 more contestants, and we're down to the final 6. Here they are.
We have delivery man Vincent Rapalea, aspiring accountant David Harris, millionaire Rick Raditz, Daryl McLeod, he's our auto mechanic, Scott the unimpressionist Torgan, and tennis pro Paige Roddy. 2 of those folks, however, must go. The Wipeout Zone can only hold 4, and the quartet that moves on gets a shot at our $50,000 prize.
But first, shh. You should really keep your voice down as you introduce the next obstacle.
Why is that?
Because our next event is the Sleepy Time Spinner. There are 6 ferocious sheep with big fangs sleeping on the sweeper arm.
They look cute and harmless to me.
No, they're evil. Look at that one. It's staring at me.
All right, John, on this obstacle, our 6 contestants will have to stay in the Sleepy Time Spinner as long as possible. Making it more difficult is the task of jumping over this bar.
And the evil killer sheep with big fangs.
In addition, contestants can grab for this brass ring, and if they hang on to that, they get a $1,000 bonus.
The last one standing in each of the 4 rounds will be headed to the Wipeout Zone.
You're whispering again.
I know. I don't want to wake those sheep. They'll gnaw my face off, and without the moneymaker, how is Daddy gonna bring home the bacon?
Jill, how are we looking?
Oh, guys, it's a wacky slumber party down here.
I love footy pajamas. Look, Tennis Pro has found Nemo and all his friends.
Auto mechanic's engine is purring.
These things are getting pretty hot.
No, an impressionist, I wouldn't call that hot.
Delivery man getting away from the all-brown look, our aspiring accountant perspiring, and our millionaire already seeing stars.
Oh my God, this is gonna suck.
Yeah, just wait until those 12 tiny sheep gnaw your kneecaps off. Jump, dear God, jump.
Oh, delivery man gets an early drop-off. 5 contestants still standing, but now we have slumber party crashers. Turn this into a pillow fight. Oh, the millionaire's down, but it's auto mechanic Daryl who missed the bar. Night-night. That leaves 4 contestants vying for the first spot in the Wipeout Zone. Hey!
Got the ring!
Scott got the $1,000 ring.
Our unimpressionist finally does something not unimpressive.
This is tiring.
Cry me a river, Richie Rich.
Millionaire down again, and this time too tired to get back up. He sleeps with the fishes. Down to 3 contestants and some very aggressive sheep.
Oh, our aspiring accountant is deducted from the competition. Seriously, John, it's like he tried to take the shortest nap I've ever seen.
That leaves our Tennis Pro and the unimpressionist battling it out for the first spot in the Wipeout Zone.
Tennis Pro down, but she's up. upside down.
Oh, no!
Cage is out, and that sends Scott the Unimpressionist to the Wipeout Zone.
All right, guys, we got our first finalist to the Wipeout Zone, Scott.
Keep the legs up, keep the sheep going beneath you. That's all I can do.
Reminds me of my fraternity days.
And it's round 2 with 5 contestants and 3 spots to be had in the Wipeout Zone.
Oh! And only seconds in, it looks like our millionaire's cashed out. 4 contestants left, and John, it is raining hens. Ouch.
No, Johnny, it's high-quality goose down.
Oh, well, that's not so bad. That's just feathers.
Now it's just about endurance and feathers.
I hope nobody has allergies. Our delivery man's stealing all the covers. Oh, our auto mechanic gets rotated like an old tire, and he's in the water.
Looks like our tennis pro has become overwhelmed by the luxuriousness and opulence of down.
And it's a good thing, because down is where she's headed.
Tennis pro up. Aspiring accountant erased as well, which ships our delivery man into the Wipeout Zone. That was quick.
All right, and it's time for round 3.
That's right, Jill. Only 2 spots left in the Wipeout Zone. Time to get serious, people. Ah! Bear attack!
Fear not, Johnny. They're just stuffed animals.
Sheep and feathers and bears. Oh, my.
Oh! Only takes one wet blanket to ruin a slumber party.
Now we have even more bears dropping in. Oh! And our auto mechanic crashes into the spinner, and it looks like he's going to declare himself total.
3 contestants getting pelted by animals, and it looks like our aspiring accountant just writes himself off. Wow. That leaves just our tennis pro and the millionaire.
Hold on to your monocle, money bags. Here come those sheep again.
Oh, his balance will drop to 0, and our tennis pro moves on to play for the dough.
You took that spot right away from the millionaire.
I had to do it.
Oh, by the way, let me just, you got a little
Oh, do I?
got a little something.
Our final round is underway. Who will nab that last spot in the Wipeout Zone? Will it be the millionaire, the aspiring accountant, or our auto mechanic?
I don't know, John, but I think this event is beginning to bear down on our remaining 3 contestants.
Oh!
He just threw a unicorn. You can't throw extinct animals.
What? There are no more unicorns? No! Wow, Johnny, the unicorn right upside the head, and the millionaire is dazed.
A little bit of a stumble there. Can he right himself? No sale. Our millionaire's account has been closed.
Good night, move.
That leaves just our aspiring accountant and our auto mechanic to duke it out for the last spot.
The auto mechanic shifts it into overdrive, and our accountant is trying not to go down for the account. Who will it be?
Our mechanic slips down. Oh, he saves it. Oh, no, he doesn't save it.
Takes a shot right in the grill, and he is sent to the scrapyard.
David is going to the Wipeout Zone.
Yeah, he is, Jill, and our aspiring accountant is all choked up about it. So he'll be moving on to the Wipeout Zone along with delivery man Vincent Rapalea, Scott the Unimpressionist Torgan, and tennis pro Paige Rock.
Welcome back to Wipeout, where 24 contestants wanted to make it to this point, but only the 4 best succeeded.
And one of those lucky 4 is about to walk away with $50,000.
To do so, they first must face down and conquer the Wipeout Zone.
Which tonight is covered entirely in foam.
I dig the foam. The Wipeout Zone, made up of 4 stages, begins here at the Dreadmill launch, where contestants drop and bounce 40 feet into bone-chilling water.
Then it's a short swim over to the Gutbuster, 6 hydraulic blocks intent on tenderizing meat.
After enduring that pounding, our contestants move on to the Cinestairs. They have to climb to the top of a spinning, foam-soaked spiral staircase of trouble without getting taken down by 2 mean sweeper arms.
Finally, our competitors will have to make their way through the gauntlet.
Crankshaft winds it all up, followed by the intimidating blades of fury, and then the treacherous beater top. From there, one slippery leap to the finished platform. 4 contestants remain. The one with the best time goes home with all that money.
First up, aspiring accountant David Harris. He's down on the field with Jill right now.
All right, so have you got a strategy?
Do it quick. Don't fall in the water. Don't get wet.
Yeah, that always works.
He's gonna make a wonderful accountant someday.
Let's review his journey to the zone. Aspiring accountant David Harris found his balance to be an asset on the qualifier and again on the double cross. Despite some miscalculations at sleepy time, he realized one of his dreams and made it to the Wipeout Zone. Our aspiring accountant also aspires to win $50,000. The launch sequence initiated. And there he goes.
And into the water on his back. Whoa! Yeah, a bit of a flat entry, and that's going to slow him down and potentially knock the wind out.
Now here comes David up to our gut busters, those blocks that build to a height rising 16 feet above the water.
Yeah, tonight made that much harder by the foam covering the entire wipeout zones. Oh! Our aspiring accountant is learning the hard way just how slippery that foam really is.
Back to square one for the accountant. On the second try, we'll see if he learned anything about proper technique from his first attempt fall.
Oh, no! He has not quite gotten the hang of this yet as he goes in virtually the same spot as last time.
Lesson here, if you fall early. The farther you go, the longer the swim back. And all that foam makes things even trickier in the water. David getting by the gap that gave him that trouble here previously, and finally has the end of the obstacle in sight.
Just one more jump and he can finally move on. And there it is.
His triumph will be short-lived, though, as an exhausted-looking David slides down toward the Cinestairs. Burned up 7 minutes to this point. Oh, there he goes again.
The combination of the fatigue and the foam is too much. He is in the water yet again.
Traction will not be any better on his second attempt. David nearly taken out by the sweep run. Barely dodges another, but able to stay up, and he scampers to the top of the Cinestairs.
Now it's just a short jump to the platform. Just makes it.
Sounds like that mad dash up the Cinestairs really took the wind out of him, Johnny. No rest, though, for David. The gauntlet awaits.
It's a long home stretch to that finish platform, John, and he's going to have to time his attempts just right.
And he did just that with the crankshaft. Blades of Fury next, and very quickly across and onto the final element now, the beater totter.
After a rough start, our aspiring accountant is really picking up the pace now.
David sliding forward. The beater totter rises up. Oh, and David slides down and away.
Yeah, he was right at the end, but he slides all the way back now. He has to go all the way back and start the gauntlet all over again.
Yep, that swim back sapping much of his strength, but his focus is still good. No problem with the crankshaft. Eases through the blades of Fury, and again, setting the time to beat will hinge on the beater totter.
He also has to contend with that slippery foam.
Oh, but this time the foam not a problem. He is a credit to his would-be profession, finishing in a time of 13:26.
Let's see how that time holds up against our next contestant, Vincent Rapalea. Delivery man Vincent Rapalea express mailed himself through our qualifier, then made the double cross a priority when he became the first person to advance. Sleepy time, he had another first-class performance, shipping himself off to the wipeout zone.
Our Dreadmill powering up for the launch sequence as aspiring accountant David Harris watches from 40 feet below on the sidelines.
The launch sequence begins, and there he goes.
Not the most aggressive start off the launch platform. A nice spread eagle form, but he definitely didn't max out the distance and splashes down very near where David had entered.
Our delivery man Vincent now going head-to-head with our gut busters. David took 2 tries to conquer this obstacle, so our delivery man can afford to handle with care here.
Oh, mistimed that jump. He manages to hold on between the 2 blocks. He's just thrashing him now. I don't know if he can hang on much longer.
Oh, I have got to see that again, Johnny.
Look at him trying to hold himself up with his legs, but to no avail.
So after a long, cold, foamy swim, he's going to have to try these obstacles for a second time.
Vincent really feeling the full force of those hydraulically powered blocks.
Now it's just a short jump to the platform, and there it is. The accountant crunching the numbers and realizing there is nearly a 2-minute disparity between these two.
Vincent doesn't appear to be in a hurry to challenge those Cinestairs, Johnny. Throwing himself onto the first stair. Oh, let's take a look at the replay.
Taking after his predecessor, wiping out in the same place.
So after an ill-timed and ill-begotten first go, Vincent will have to make up some time here on his second pass up the very slippery, foamy Cinestairs.
Now Vincent is sending himself express mail to the top of these Cinestairs, and he is coming around on what might be his final revolution.
Waiting there. And he is safely on. And Vincent now making his way down the ramp, getting ready to start the gauntlet.
Oh, man.
Oh, man is right, John. Vincent closing in on David at this point. Whoa!
Let's see that pummeling again.
Throwing caution to the wind, he tries to make a run for it, but that gamble did not pay off.
time starting to become a concern now. Again, the dead sprint. Whoa! Vincent's reckless abandon stopped cold by the blades of fury.
Looks like his mad dash through the crankshaft paid off, but he couldn't put the brakes on.
Those swims back are time crushers, Johnny. The foam, it looks nice, but it is a nuisance in the water.
Vincent with one last chance to deliver here.
Oh, again, the blades get him. And with just seconds left, John, he won't get back to the start of the gauntlet, let alone to the end of it.
It was so close, but nonetheless, his wipeout day is done.
So aspiring accountant David Harris maintains the time to beat. Welcome back to Wipeout and the big finish here in the Wipeout zone. 2 down, 2 to go. Basic accountant, Johnny. And aspiring accountant David Harris holds the time to beat.
Still to come, tennis pro Paige Roddy, but first up on impressionist Scott Torgan.
You can't handle the truth.
All day long, Scott Torgan has been doing an impression of a man doing well on Wipeout. During sleepy time, he perfected his impersonation of a great competitor, grabbing a $1,000 bonus on his way to a spot in the Wipeout zone. Scott, the unimpressionist Torgan, waiting on top of our Dreadmill launch.
As our aspiring accountant waits on the sidelines with Jill.
The countdown beginning. There's the horn, and Scott is off. Off the launch, off the trampoline, and into the water.
Yeah, he really picked up some speed off the launch platform. And check out this strategy, John, angling his body towards the next obstacle.
Hopefully he will move quickly, but with care and precision as he gets on these foamy gutbusters.
A difficult obstacle as is, but with the foam, our contestants are really struggling.
Ooh, a slight misstep there, almost sending Scott into the water, but he manages to stay on. And look at him, sliding all the way down, using the foam to his advantage. Well played.
And he makes it across without a wipeout.
He can just take his time.
Scott, the unimpressionist, now onto the Sinister.
That's right, a time of 1:45 and across the gutbusters without incident already. Let's see if our unimpressionist can continue this torrid pace. Oh, water time.
He got a little too aggressive, and that slippery foam worked against him this time.
So Scott's gonna have to take another go at this one. Onto that first stair, and here he goes again.
He is not going to be denied this time. He has made it to the top already.
Still has to make that leap off, and at 2 stories up, that's dicey. He's made it across.
Quite the impressive performance thus far, John. It looks like our unimpressionist is making an impression on a very worried aspiring accountant.
He has good reason to worry, as Scott is rolling and in perfect rhythm with the crankshaft. Beautiful. These blades of fury, they ruined the last guy, Vincent, ended his wipeout zone.
Our unimpressionist coming up on the beater totter at this point. Hey, ooh, okay. Scott with a bizarre seated leap. Interesting technique.
Oh! The horseback style got him thrown. That's bad twice. Has to go back to the beginning of the gauntlet, and it's a long foam-filled swim to get there. Back standing and ready to give the crankshaft one more try. He has that crackerjack timing on this baby, and he is back at the blades of fury. Timing those perfectly once more, too. Now he's got about a 3-minute cushion, but that can disappear with one fall on the beater totter. Oh, really wrestling to keep his balance now, sloshing about forward and backwards. The finish line tantalizingly close.
A leap to the finish.
I think I'm done.
Scott Torgan's our new Wipeout leader. His time, 10:25. And that brings us to our final contestant of the night, Paige Roddy.
Tennis pro Paige Roddy was our last contestant in the qualifier, and she aced it. She barely made it through the double cross, but surprised everyone at sleepy time, serving up a performance worthy of a spot in the Wipeout zone.
And so our youngest contestant of the day and the only girl in the Wipeout zone hopes her athleticism will put her over the top and under Scott Torgan's time. Paige waiting for the okay to launch. Here she goes. Oh, head first and face first. That's a splashy entrance, but not in a good way.
She flew out of that Dreadmill, but it looks like she couldn't maintain control, making for a pretty chaotic head-first entrance into the zone.
Needs to leave that all behind, though, and go for it here on the Gutbusters. It's like more of a timid approach, sort of waiting for each block to come to her. Maybe a good idea, considering how fast she shot out of the Dreadmill launch. It's bounced around a bit. Standing now. Whoa! No!
take another look. A brutal tag teaming between the two Pistons as the Gutbusters really living up to their name.
So it's back to the beginning of the Gutbusters. Paige knows that a 10-minute time to beat is actually quite a tight window in this tough, foamy, dark Wipeout zone. And she just fires past the Gutbuster block that felled her the last time, and even more quickly off it and onto the platform.
Paige is our youngest contestant of the day and a professional athlete. That's a lot of competitive edge, Johnny.
Dives onto that first step and has a two-fisted grip on it, staying low to avoid those sweeper arms, but she knows she can't stay there forever, Johnny, as she slowly climbs up the second step. Our tennis pro working slow and steady, which is not something the Cinestairs are, slow or steady. This is a race, Johnny.
Unbelievable, she made it.
Luck, that's what it was. Scott, I think, trying to convince himself, Johnny. I mean, luck will run out, talent won't, and Paige is closing the gap. Oh, and that will widen it. The crankshaft strikes.
And now the clock is really becoming a factor. As you can see, Paige timing the crankshaft all wrong. Coming up now on her second attempt at the gauntlet. She's got less than a minute remaining on the clock.
This time, Paige timing out the crankshaft perfectly, and she's eyeing those blades of fury that stand between her and $50,000 into the middle with just a slight stumble. She's across safely.
All right, moment of truth as Scott waits for the outcome. 20 seconds left. She might just pull this off.
She will get one chance on the beater totter, sliding forward a few feet, a few seconds from victory. She needs to leap or that money is gone. Oh, she's turned around and leaps off the wrong way. Oh, it is over for tennis pro Paige Roddy in the Wipeout zone.
Hey, Scott, guess what? You just
No.
won $50,000!
Woo! I can't believe it.
Johnny, he has done a great impression of a winner, and I am impressed.
Oh, imagine that. Our work is done here, but join us again next week when 24 new contestants take on some crazy new obstacles. Until then, America, I'm John Anderson.
And for our colleague Jill Wagner, I'm John Henson saying good night and big ball.